Who do we have behind the curtain?
Ooh, I don't know. Who?
Tell y'all right now, we've been lying to you. I admit right here now on this stage.
That was a jump scare.
So we have the one and the only Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah. You have a
So,
candle, and you have a candle.
in the wise words of Oprah, when somebody shows you who they are, believe them.
Oof. Welcome back. We're your host, Savannah.
And Kaylin, I want to preface this because there's a lot of Oprah lovers out there, okay? You can find anything on the internet. There is no correct information anywhere, okay? They tell us that we live in the day of information, but they didn't say correct information.
True that.
You could literally Google one thing. I seen a TikTok video of someone Googling, can coffee cause glaucoma? And it said, coffee has been proven to raise the chances of getting glaucoma. And then he Googled, can coffee cure glaucoma? And it said, coffee has been proven to cure glaucoma. Like, you can literally, Google will tell you what you want to know.
Yeah, what you want to see.
So, you know, when I say this information, disclaimer, it is all alleged. I am not speaking facts, okay? Like, I don't know if all of this is true. It's what I have heard. It's what people are conspiring. And I don't have proof to back it. I'm starting off by saying that. I also want to mention too, as we're growing up and even now in society, we're taught that when a website has .gov, we should do what? Trust it.
Believe it.
But yet we don't trust our government.
So
let me just say that. So first I want to talk about the People's Fund of Maui a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
As of now, everyone should know Her and the Rock started this, fund to try to help the people of Maui, okay? If you didn't know about it, go look it up, check out the website, see what the fuck it's about. I have a video, and it's a woman that has worked for fundraisers for 20 years, and she's explaining and going over their taxes a little bit, okay?
Okay.
Now, all of this is factual. I'm just starting this segment off this way to get a little backstory of what she's been up to these days, okay?
Okay.
Rock and Oprah raising money for the Maui Fund. My name is Ashley. I've been a professional fundraiser for over 20 years. I think like 25 plus at this point. Let me explain something to you. The word
I also did cut this video a tiny bit just because it was like 4 minutes long, so I just kept like the super important stuff.
fund means that it is a fund or a bank account, if you will, inside of a nonprofit. A nonprofit is managing it. What nonprofit is it? I will tell you. The Entertainment Industry Foundation. This is a fund. The Maui Fund is within the Entertainment Industry Foundation. I read a lot of 990s on my page. I haven't in a while, but let's look at it. A 990 is the tax return, if you will, that every nonprofit has to submit, just like we submit our taxes. And every nonprofit's 990 is open for public inquiry. It literally says that on the 990. Every single nonprofit, as long as they file their taxes, will have a 990 available. You can either go on an IRS website or you can go to ProPublica, which is my personal favorite. Do not go to any of these other websites, in my opinion, because they're just fishing for your address when this is publicly available information. And ProPublica doesn't bug me about that stuff. So this is their tax filing from 2021. These are the salaries of the executives.
484,000, 351,000, 290,000, 240,000.
Are 13
To me,
executives.
It's just really sketchy when people that work for nonprofits are making like six figures, like high six-figure
Yeah.
numbers. I mean, I worked for a lot of nonprofits, and everything she said so far is spot on.
And
So,
typically, from what I've read and researched,
mhm.
when you have a nonprofit, only about 35% of the funds go to the actual
Yeah,
thing
overhead
that you're
fees.
raising for. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
that get
Absolutely.
paid a total of $3,211,292.
Wow.
Listed in the 990, there are 29 individuals that also receive over $100,000 in compensation, which leaves 69 employees left because they state in their 990 they have 98 total employees. That leaves 69 employees with an average salary of $64,527.
What the fuck?
So her measly little 5 million that she donated
Yeah. Doesn't even do payroll. It doesn't even
basically
cover that.
it doesn't even cover their salary.
What the heck?
And not to mention, they both get a huge tax write-off and will get all of their money back.
Of course. And it's, oh my God. And the fact that it's called entertainment industry. Come on.
Yeah.
Really? Like, that's so
All I gotta
sus.
say is The Rock has been real damn quiet.
Yeah. Has Oprah been saying anything in
No, she
response?
turned her comments off, and she turned
Really?
her tags off.
Oh, you know that someone is guilty when they do that.
Do you hear her interview that was her response on all this backlash?
No.
I have the audio, and I'm about to
She
play
did an
it.
interview about
She
Maui?
sure did, and you know what she
Oh,
did? Gaslit
stupid.
everyone and made it seem like we were being extra.
Of course, always.
Yeah. Let me pull up the audio here. Okay.
I want to shift gears a little bit and turn to the Hawaii wildfires and the efforts to help those in need. The People's Fund of Maui was created by you and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, in which you both poured time, effort, and millions to kick it off yourselves. Yet and still, it faced online criticism. I want to give you the opportunity to kind of give your thoughts on that.
Well, this is a really great point about being happier in the midst of an onslaught of being terrorized and vilified online. I will say this. I came out of this experience, I was just saying this to Arthur this morning, with so much more compassion for young kids because I was thinking, what if I didn't really know who I am? What if I didn't have the assurance of Invictus that I...
Do you though, Oprah? Do you?
But what does that even have to do with anything?
Nothing. She does not know what to say. She is the
literally
queen of
just making shit up.
media. She is the queen of media, but she's stumped with this one.
She's making shit up, going off on a rabbit trail.
Yeah, also, she's in a room full of billionaires, by the way. There's like
Of
4 or 5
course.
billionaires in this room.
Of course.
am
And
the
she's
master of my...
playing the victim so hard right now. So
Yeah,
hard.
just listen to how she gaslights everyone. And people really were commenting saying, wow, she handled this situation so well.
Ugh. Blind followers.
my own fate and the captain of my soul. If
It would have taken you down.
It would have taken. It will take you out. Yeah. So all of the online, being
slander and
slammed,
attacks,
lies, conspiracy theories, really took the focus.
Conspiracy theories. It's literally in front of our faces.
Focus off of what was the most important thing, and that was the people of Maui. So this.
You took the attention off the people of Maui. We were all in unison standing up for the people of Maui.
Yep.
And she had to come in here and do her little stunt and get some attention on her and make some money.
The idea came about because, as you know, when you were there, Tony, I was on the ground talking to lots of people, trying to figure out how do I best help. And in the beginning, it was just,
talk is talk.
Still hasn't really done much to help either. Like
material things, dropping off generators and towels. And then I started talking to people. People really wanted their own agency. Gail's son, Will, sent me an article about Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton in 2017 during the wildfires in Gatlinburg started a People's Fund. She called it My People's Fund. She had a...
And she donated her own money.
I love how Oprah literally just compared herself to Dolly Parton. Like, honey, you could never be Dolly.
No.
Never.
She literally used her own money and then did concerts and put
I
all
know.
of the money
I
towards
love
concert.
her.
She
I love her.
raised $12.5 million and then directly gave it to the people, $1,000 a month. I thought, whoa.
Yeah, and she directly gave it to people, didn't give it to an entertainment industry fund that
Exactly.
took $5 million out of it first.
Oh, that's the
Yep.
idea.
Yeah.
So
Getting the
when
money into the hands.
The
Quote
idea.
unquote idea.
Yeah, I didn't execute it well.
No.
put
the people
directly into the hands of the people.
Right
so
now.
to set up the infrastructure for that, The Rock and his team and my team, we were literally on I don't know how many Zooms to set up the infrastructure for the verification process to be able to drop money into people's accounts. And
By the way, I was reading some Reddit threads. No one has seen any money from it yet in Maui. People in
isn't
Maui are
that
saying,
funny?
yeah, I don't know when we're going to get this money that they quote unquote donated.
What the fuck, man?
And we thought, because both of us have given to charities our whole life, I've been giving to charity since my first paycheck, a tither.
So
And still do that.
And
yes,
still
yes,
do
yes.
that. Okay. So we thought starting the fund with $10 million would be a great idea because any of us who've ever been to any benefit, you know, you go to a benefit and somebody.
No one in general public has ever been to a fucking benefit with billionaires.
I know she acts
We
like
don't
it's
know
so
how
common.
benefits work, Oprah.
We've never been to one. I haven't even been to a banquet, really.
Like,
She's so
so
out of
glad you
touch
can get the
now.
support of your billionaire friends and
She's
go
so out
on
of
live
touch.
TV and rant about the very people you're talking shit about right now.
Gives $10 million, that's called a good night.
Right.
So we thought $10 million will start off the fund. We'll do what Dolly did, get other people.
Do what Dolly did.
You're not doing what Dolly did, though. It's a
No!
totally different
To give money,
situation.
and then we'll put it directly into the people's bank accounts. I was
Where is
so excited. I was so excited about it.
It's still a good idea.
And then I got up
You
the next morning.
still should be.
Yeah.
I was so excited. I got up the next morning and I saw all
You're
of this
comforting
vitriol,
her.
and I was like, "Whoa, what happened here?" So this is what I.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. How am I being slandered right now?
In the beginning, so many people were calling, asking, "Where do we give our money to?" So I thought, I'm going to give people a place to
create
give. We're going to create something, and
How about all the GoFundMes the family started and all the organizations that were already raising fucking money for Maui?
Right.
Why not gear them to them? No, she took the opportunity to say, how could I make money off of this? Let me create a place where people can donate.
I still think it's a really strong idea.
Yeah.
Dolly Parton was right. Putting money directly into the hands of the people is a significant thing. And the model that's been created, I will say that as of today, 2,200 people have been cleared and verified. And those people are going to get a notice.
Haven't, but going to get.
From the People Fund of Maui and going to have the money.
And it's
put into
working.
their
It
bank
made me
account.
deep.
And they're gonna have the money in the word literally quoted from Oprah.
I want to hear about it when it's there. When they have
Right.
the money. Then say that. Then brag about what you did.
Oprah, her damn self, said no one has received the money yet.
How recent was this interview? Do you know?
This was like 2 days ago. It was this week.
Oh, wow.
Sometime
So
this
very
week.
recent.
Very recent.
Okay.
You
know,
so yeah.
there's no reason, in my opinion, that they shouldn't have got that money yet. It's been long
No.
enough. They've been waiting
Yeah.
long enough to rebuild their lives. Like, can we please get that to them, like, ASAP? It's important.
Yeah. I just want to note, Oprah is considered the queen of Maui because she's the largest landowner on the island with over 1,000 acres, yet she hasn't used any of it to help people.
Shocker.
Yeah. Also want to throw out that conspiracy that she painted her damn house blue, like all those billionaires, and none of the house is burnt.
Very
I wasn't a
suspicious.
believer in the laser shit, but I will say The Simpsons talked about it.
Yes.
And I'm gonna leave it at that. People also conspire that Oprah is a part of a huge child trafficking ring and that she has something to do with missing kids in Maui. Now, I have created a compilation video.
Oh shit. Okay.
It's some TikToks that I found. It's some clips of interviews that rub me the wrong way, okay?
Okay.
Now there's
Also,
gonna be a
I
lot
just
of
want to say, I never liked Oprah.
me neither. Listen, my intuition don't lie. But there's gonna be a lot of Oprah supporters out there that watch this, and there's gonna be a lot of people that defend the videos I'm about to show. Some of these videos are clipped up, okay? Or cut, I should say. And the
Yeah.
interview didn't happen exactly how the video portrays, but she has been known for asking people questions that make them uncomfortable.
Kind of like
And
Ellen.
right. And it's not that all of these videos necessarily prove she's a bad person, but they just rub me the wrong way. Okay?
I want to say one more thing.
Yeah.
I think that when you brought up towards the beginning of the episode that you think that we just have to accept that any celebrity at this point is probably a corrupt person. And I want to say that in regards to Oprah. And not only is she a
Yeah.
celebrity, but isn't she like a millionaire? Billionaire?
She's a
Something like that?
billionaire. She has
Yeah.
her net worth is 3 billion, I think, and she's the richest black woman in the world.
Yeah. So everyone just keep that in mind when you're watching these videos,
Right.
the wealth and the status and the celebrity, it's hard to be a good person and be that high up.
Right.
I mean,
And
it's
after
true.
the compilation, I'm gonna talk about a few people that she's connected with,
Mhm.
that kind of, your friends say a lot about who you are as a person.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So, let me play this video. I'm not
Okay.
gonna really talk during it, I'll talk after it
Okay.
because
Same.
it'll lag if I try to talk during it.
Okay.
Conversation. I mean, if you're 7 years old and somebody, which I was trying to say this to my friend.
Trigger
Wait,
warning,
what the
some of
fuck?
this stuff trigger warning, some of this stuff is, very disgusting and sensitive topics, so just gonna
Friends who had children, you're 7 years old and someone is stroking your penis, it feels good. Right. Even though you don't have a name for what that is, it feels good. Yeah. And when I first said this years ago, people were like, "You're crazy," because everybody wants to believe it's like sexual assault and you're being thrown up against the wall and you're being raped. And I have said for years, if the abuser is any good, you won't even know it's happened. What?
This is
I lied, I'm gonna pause it, I don't care if I lag. I see what she was trying to portray,
I don't.
but, like,
She
she's trying
literally
to
said
say
if they're good at what they do, like you
right.
won't. That's
She's trying the message that I believe she's trying to say is that a lot of people think kids will just know that they've been abused because it's this rough act.
yeah.
But a lot of the
Right.
times it's people you love, it's people you know,
Mhm.
and they don't even know what's happening.
Yeah.
But
But the
why did she
delivery
have to
was
say it? Yeah, why'd she have to deliver it that way? And knowing and trusting my gut intuition about Oprah, it just rubs me the wrong way.
yeah, definitely.
is one of Oprah's favorites. She says it's a miracle fountain of youth and her magic wrinkle cure. So I'm going to put a little on your hand.
I'd do that. Oprah did.
Yeah, Oprah did it. All right, so here, we're going to rub it right in.
How come it's red?
I'll show you in a sec, Steve. So this is made from growth hormones of human
Look, the
foreskin.
wrinkles has just disappeared.
Notice how he tried to cut her off before she said that?
Can't even
Yep.
ball my hand up.
But so it's made from human foreskin.
New rumors.
Now,
That's disgusting.
there's so many rumors about her using adrenochrome,
Yeah.
and she has her Fountain of Youth, brand that's supposed to make you forever young or look
Yeah.
great, and literally admits to it being used from kids.
Yeah, that's
She doesn't
strange.
really back her very well when all those conspiracies are against her.
Yeah,
Now, this one, I want to preface by saying, Mary Kate or Ashley, one of the two or both, I think it was Mary Kate, she had very bad EDs at this time and had a hard
Yeah.
time gaining weight.
I
and she
remember
was
that.
very sensitive and going through a lot mentally. She even had to be hospitalized, like in a mental hospital because of this. Now listen to how fucking insensitive Oprah is in this fucking interview.
Oh God.
Surface has really upset you, right? You know, the one about eating.
Yeah, you know, people are gonna write what they want to write. We try not to read the good or the bad because it just kind of comes with the territory. You know, either you're too fat, you're too skinny, and people are just gonna write what they
What size are
think.
you, by the way?
Size?
Yeah, I always like to
I'm really
know.
short.
You're not sure?
Girls, and
Oh,
you know.
that's so interesting. Would he?
Wait, what did she say where Oprah said that's so interesting? I feel like Oprah was mocking her.
She said, I'm not really sure
Like what size she is?
what size she is. Yeah.
And she said, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, and everyone laughed and fucking laughed at her. And then you could see their faces, they're obviously uncomfortable. It gave me flashbacks to being a kid and just like laughing off the uncomfort, you know?
Yes, the audience is not totally in the clear here
Right.
either. Just
Right.
want to say, like, they are not
Now,
innocent.
right. This video, it has been cut. I watched the full interview, not gonna play it here because obviously it's long. Michael did get visibly upset at her questioning, and a lot of people don't know, and a lot of people argue it. He had a skin condition, basically vitiligo, and I don't know if that's actually a condition he had, but it was like that. It changes the pigment of your skin. Because of this, he wore heavy makeup to blend all to one color because he was embarrassed by it, and he was a huge celebrity. I mean,
I
so
love him.
she's asking him about, "Oh, do you not like being black? Do you bleach your skin because you don't wanna be a black man?" And, like, he's
Oh,
like, "I
God.
have a condition."
Oh,
But he doesn't say, like, you don't hear his response. They basically just cut it to where it was, like, all of her questions. But just
yeah.
listen to this shit, and these are real questions she asked him.
Did he ever beat you? Are you bleaching your skin? And is your skin lighter because you don't like being black? Do you date? Who do you date? Are you a virgin?
If Oprah was
No. This
Too
is
much.
Monique. Monique, she's an actress, and she has some beef with Oprah. I wanna backstory a little bit because I only recorded a small clip from this interview, but basically, she was SA'd by her brother, okay? And Oprah reached out to her and said, "Hey, I wanna have your brother on the show. He wants to be on the show because he did his time, and he wants to talk about how he was wrong and how other people can look out for signs of this happening to their kids," basically.
What the fuck?
And she asked if she wanted to be on it. And she said, she said, "I respect you for asking me. I don't care that he's on it. I don't want nothing to do with it, though." Well, what she
Yeah.
didn't tell her was that her mother and her father were going on the show to also talk about it, and her fucking manager at the time.
Oh,
And
God.
basically victim blamed and
Poor lady.
told her story without her.
That's
So she's pissed,
horrible.
and Oprah never apologized. Nothing. And she called Oprah out in front of a bunch of people. She actually did it at a party. But this is what she has to say about that.
watching this, what would you tell her?
I would say, Oprah Winfrey, you know what you need to do. And stop hiding behind what you call was negative comments, what you call, oh, I don't even deal with things like that. Because what people are beginning to do is see you for who you are.
Preach.
She called her ass out. She called her ass out.
No, I don't know if I saved it. I might not have. Let me just check real quick. Oh, I did. So Oprah had a little bit, or Ice Cube had a little bit to say about Oprah too.
Okay.
I don't know if people know. I don't know if you even know. Ice Cube lately has been exposing Hollywood. And I believe he has people, elites after him. He is going on any and every talk show that he possibly can to talk about these things.
Interesting.
He's also being careful what he says, but keep an eye out for Ice Cube. Don't be surprised if something mysteriously happens to him. I do want to talk about him in a future episode. I'll probably do a whole segment just on his accusations and stuff.
You're not. But I've been excluded. I've been excluded on Oprah. You know,
On Oprah?
On Oprah, yeah, I've been excluded. Yeah, man.
I would think you'd be the person Oprah would want to promote. I mean, you grew up in South Central, you were successful at a young age, you have dignity, you say what you think. Like, I thought that was the goal.
Me too. You know, I don't know what it is, but, you know, several of my, you know, I had a movie called Barbershop, you know.
Yeah, I remember.
That I wasn't invited to participate with the cast. I produced a show called Black White, and it was a very controversial show. And once again, they had the whole cast on, but I wasn't invited. And so I don't know. I don't know what that's
on Oprah's show.
Yeah, so I don't know what that's.
But Oprah's obviously a saintly, godlike figure who's revered by all decent people. Why would she exclude you?
I really don't know. You know, that's something that I would love to find out. But I can't tell you, you know, if there's a single thing that I've done or said to her.
Have you noticed that it is more controversial to criticize Oprah than to burn the American flag?
Really?
Seems that way. I've never heard anybody criticize Oprah.
Well, bitch, I just did.
You're not.
He has a good point about Oprah.
Now, I know this is going to be a long episode, but I do have a few more things that I have to say, okay? And there's going to be some stuff that's cut out just for time management. But I want to talk about the fact that Oprah started a school in South Africa called Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls, okay? It is said to have a lot of controversy. So much so that the South African government was the first to express its displeasure about the school and criticize the extremely high price they were required to pay to attend, and that so much of the population were extremely poor in that area. There were high-end salons and gyms and things of that sort in the school, and some people believe the school was built to traffic girls, and they even got them ready to sell them from the school.
Ugh.
Excuse me. Allegedly, girls have went missing from the academy. While we don't know if this is true, there was a woman who worked for the academy named Virginia who engaged in highly illicit conduct with 6 students, including physical assault. 2 years later, there was another incident where some students were getting physical with each other, and there was a 15-year-old girl that essayed 6 different girls and urged the victims not to tell authorities.
Oh my God.
There were 7 students that ended up being suspended for acts like this and were alleged to be trying to convince other students into also assaulting other students. Then, less than 2 years after that incident, there was, this is trigger warning here, there was an incident that a body of a newborn was found at Oprah's school. A student had given birth and took the baby's life and put it in her backpack where it was later found.
Oh my God. What the fuck?
It was also reported that violence and intimidation amongst the students happened on a daily basis. Now, Oprah doesn't necessarily have control over all of this, obviously, but it's still questionable what goes on at that academy and her true intentions behind building it.
For sure.
Also want to mention she has an orphanage in Haiti called the Lighthouse Orphanage. Just a little sketchy, and people conspire that kids go missing from there as well. He allegedly was on Epstein's flight logs.
Not surprising.
Also want to talk about the fact that Oprah's very good friends with Harvey Weinstein for over 20 years. 20-year friendship. That is a big-ass red flag.
Oh, yeah. Sounds like she wants to stay connected to him.
Right. If you don't know who he is, he's a major film producer who's been called out by a bunch of different actresses, over 100, that he's violated. During this time, Oprah allegedly offered her support to him. He's been known to have a bad rep since the 90s. There are allegations that Oprah was a wingman of his to convince actresses to even hook up with him.
I could see that. I mean, if a woman is going to encourage it, other women are more likely to feel comfortable with it.
Yeah. Also, she's friends with Ellen. I don't know if you know the allegations behind Ellen.
Yeah.
You know, employees saying she's a horrible person. I've always got weird vibes from Ellen too, like just
Same.
very fake.
For me, any talk show host, I feel that way, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I
So
just don't
I
believe
don't doubt it
either.
at all.
Mm-mm.
There was an actress, Rose McGowan. She tweeted, "I'm glad more people are seeing the ugly truth of Oprah. I wish she were real, but she isn't. From being pals with Weinstein to abandoning and destroying Russell Simmons' victims, she is about supporting a sick power structure for personal gain. She's as fake as they come. #lizard."
Mm.
She also invited John of God to her program.
Okay.
He is Oprah's faith healer, who was charged with multiple charges of harassment and SA and was sentenced to 99 years in prison. Her
Yikes.
very own fucking faith healer.
Yikes.
Someone like Oprah who advocates against these type of charges has a faith healer that ends up getting these exact charges.
And all of her friends, not all of her friends, but a lot of her friends that she associates with are into that as well, or got accused of it, or got in trouble for it.
Also, some of his victims were brought into John's life because of Oprah. She had him on his show, made him a big name, gave him a reputation, gave him, made people respect him and trust him,
Yeah.
and led his victims straight to him. So like I said, the people and friends that you keep around you in your life say a lot about you as a person.
Definitely.
Also want to just bring up Mel Gibson. The Sound of Freedom movie clearly depicts things that appear to be exposing Oprah and her school. Come on now. And the fact that Netflix says yes to Cuties. You remember Cuties?
Yep.
Fucking, if you don't know, just horrible movie about 13-year-old girls who were actually 13-year-old girls, like a dance movie. And the producer of the movie made thousands of girls twerk in front of him. 13-year-old girls, in order to choose who he wanted.
Not only that, but I started watching the movie itself at the time because I wanted to just see what the problem was,
Yeah.
and oh my god, I could not even watch it. It was so inappropriate. And especially knowing how young the actresses were, I was like, this is so wrong.
Yeah. So yeah, they'll say yes to Cuties, but not The Sound of Freedom.
Yeah, very interesting.
A lot about them. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up about Oprah. You got any other conspiracies about her ass? Comment them, please. I want to know.
Trying to dig all the dirt.
Yes. Yes.